And welcome to Pre-Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Peter, good morning to you. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well as well. It's been a weird week for me. Only the second day I've been here with you guys doing the pre-market show. So I'm all like, I don't know what's going on. But we're here. It's a Friday. We got to remember it's a Friday of a short week. And ready to go.
Yeah, I did not remember it was a Friday today and had all the wrong data over on YouTube. It is not the initial jobless claim. It's the U.S. jobs data today, which you're going to go to right now. So I could have swore it was Thursday, but it is not. All right, let's go to that U.S. economic data, see what's happening here. Job numbers are out.
They are, and they're pretty much on target. We had payroll basically came out, the unemployment rate, hourly wages, all that stuff just came out a few minutes ago. Pretty much it's right on target. The expected growth of 0.3% in the hourly wages, it came out at 0.3%. Unemployment rate was 4.2 as forecast. The year over year hourly wages was a little bit higher at 3.8%. Oh, there you go. Sorry, hourly wages was up by 0.1%, but I mean, that's close enough that it's on target. And the non-farm payrolls was a little bit under the number at 142,000. So that's down a little bit, but nothing major really to report. Later this morning, we have our last bit of data that's coming out, which will be the I thought we had another piece of data. We do not. We just have two Fed speakers at 8:45 and 11 that are happening. So those, again, not much of a market impact unless they say something crazy. Because the other thing that we have to keep in mind, we've been keeping a close eye this week. Well, I know I have, and I think you guys have as well. A little bit on what is the interest rate going to do. And if I look here at the Fed Watch tool, which shows us the general opinion as to where the interest rate's going to sit, the expectation is moving increasingly over to a 0.5 point cut. You can see that right now we're sitting at 57% are expecting a 25 basis point cut, and 43% are looking at a 50 basis point cut. So I still think we're going to be only getting a 0.25 point of decline. I think the Fed's going to be cautious in reducing interest rates, but I could be wrong. We'll see. The more the market slides to 0.5 point cut, the more, well, frankly, the more this goes to a 50-50, the more likely that the market's going to do some jumping around no matter what the number is, right? Because half of the people are going to be wrong and are going to have to readjust their portfolios as a result. So we'll see what happens. I mean, one way or the other, it's looking interesting. Remember that this number comes out on the 18th. So we're not next week, but the week after is when we will see this. We'll all find out together how the market will react to it. So just keep that in mind as we go forward. Next week could be a little quiet in advance of that interest rate. But again, because it's like a week and a half away, we might just get a good week next week and then things slow down. We'll see. Remember, September statistically is one of the worst months in the market. Now, when they say worst months, that means that often has the worst performance overall. But as a trader, my opinion is we don't care about that, right? September can actually give good volatility because you've got lots of differences of opinions. You've got people reestablishing or resetting portfolio levels. You can actually get good trading moves in this month, even if we net get a sort of overall depressed performance. So I like September. We'll see what happens. Hopefully this September will be fun and bring us some opportunity. We're seeing a continued slowdown in the afternoons. It's a Friday today. Expect this afternoon to be no different. We're going to see lowered volume and probably not a lot of exciting moves, but you never know. I mean, hey, this week we've had some moves in the afternoon. Just take a look at some charts from yesterday. You can see a couple of sort of sudden drops and moves. I still don't know what happened yesterday afternoon around 3:15. Suddenly everything had a little bit of a blip in the matrix there, but it's whatever happened, it happened. So all we can do is react to that and take your trades appropriately. Today we do have a couple of earnings, so we're going to take a look at that, see what's on the gappers list, get ourselves ready for this open, figure out what we want to watch as we go into this open.
Yeah, so far starting out pretty exciting this morning, at least with the SPY. Let's see how this is going to look just in a couple of minutes later. And yeah, man, a lot of interesting stuff happening here in September. September is known for the September effect, Peter. So the September effect is obviously the worst performing months in history when it comes to the stock market. So we'll see if, like I said, I think the interest rate is the big one that can actually change some of that. But we might see a lot of slow days until that happens. So we'll see. All right, let's get to this gappers list. We look at WHLR, 11 million shares traded. This thing is up 113%. Wheeler Real Estate. Usually these real estate type companies are not great, but this one is up nicely this morning, Peter. So some good news for them. This stuff was $1 just yesterday, 98 cents, 97 cents, popping up today.
Yeah.
So there's no big surprise on the percentage. But any good news?
And this is a really, really low float. We're talking 500,000 shares. They did get some good news as a company. They had a class action lawsuit that was filed against them, and it got dismissed in court yesterday. So for them, good corporate news. As you can see, surprising amount of volume. But I'm not going to trade. This is a penny stock. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's close enough that I just don't like the risk to reward profile. But if you like it, it's definitely in play with 11 million shares. You can't deny it, but yeah, not something I want to watch.
Yeah, I don't like it either, and I also don't like it's a low flow stock, hard to borrow. That means you can't even short it. So you got to only play one way. So yeah, it's not typically something that I'm a fan of. I will put it on my risky pile list because it is in play, and if you are a low flow trader, this is one you want to have on your list today. So HWLR. We'll throw that right on there. 11 million shares traded right now and up over 100% this morning, given the price that it has. FFIE is the next on deck, and this is we've seen I thought we saw this yesterday or the day before. It is up 11.7, 6.3 million shares traded. You cannot short this either. And if I go back on the daily, how did it do yesterday? A little bit of action. So again, without seeing the price action, not sure how well it traded. Yeah, but some more action today on this one. This has been making a lot of noise the last couple of days, looks like, Peter.
Yeah, they did have an announcement, or they've had a couple of announcements over the last week about their business position and what they're expecting. This is Faraday Future. Anyways, they've got $30 million of financing commitments, which is good. But the fact that we're talking about $30 million should tell you that this is a relatively small company. It's got a 12 million share float. It's not bad, but this has only got a $64 million market cap, and so it's not the type of stock that I get excited about. It's just, again, managing risk to reward can be quite tough when you get these low priced stocks that can move erratically.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I'm not going to have this one on deck, guys. Going to move down to another one. It's going to be PATH, PHTH, up 9.3 for 557,000. Daily doesn't look all that exciting. The gap up today does, right? It looks like they might have had earnings last night after the bell here.
Yep.
But I'm not sure how well this trades. I don't even know what this is. UiPath.
They are, yeah. I mean, they had their earnings after the close yesterday, and they said all the right words. They talked about AI. They said they're seeing a jump in business as a result of AI, and they beat their numbers in the quarter. This is a what is there? A software company that provides end-to-end automation platform that offers a range of robotic process automation (RPA) solutions. So there you go. In United States, Japan, and Romania. For whatever reason, that's where they primarily operate. So, there you go. UiPath.
All right.
So
Yeah, not sure I'm gonna be watching them, but again, they are in play here this morning, up 9.4. I just don't know. I don't have a lot of information on how they trade. I think it's the first time I might be looking at them. They're not a low flow stock, sitting at 512. Might be worth just putting on a secondary. I do like the daily gap up, right? They were down from 19 quite a bit here back in what's this late May, right? Late May into
yeah.
June, and climbing out of that. So that it could be interesting, but again, just don't know how this company trades. So put it on here. Path 461,000, up 8.8 at the moment. Today could be their day with that great news there. All right, next on the list is going to be PRLD. PRLD. This one, oh, this is ugly, and it shouldn't be here, right? Good, because there's no volume and it's not really gapping up or down. But that is garbage truck material. Let's head on down to the next one. It's going to be yeah, go roll the trucks on that. Let's see the next one. BCS this morning. Another one, more garbage. Okay, we'll skip on that one. IREN, there's a truck. IREN today up 1.6, 214,000 shares traded. This was on our list yesterday as well. And it's just so atrocious, friends. I mean,
Yeah,
do
it's
you want
hard
to
to
watch
trade.
this? Oh,
Yeah.
it's hard. It's hard on the eyes. It's really hard on the eyes. I mean, wow. All right. We don't want that. Yeah, there's the bin on fire. Next is gonna be Elon, dancing in the bin. If we find another garbage stock that looks anywhere close to that one. HUBB shouldn't be here also, so no volume. We'll move on to the last one. FNB, FNB. I saw it shouldn't be here, so nothing to see there. There it is. There's Elon on some of those last few that we called out there. Peter, to you, what do you like as far as the gap down? Any more earnings? I'm sorry, gap up. Any more earnings that you might have on deck that you like this morning?
One earning for a gap up from last night was DocuSign, DOCU. They did have earnings. They beat their numbers. And once again, we're talking AI. So they said that the AI was delivering them a little bit of benefit, and the market likes to hear that. So they're only up about 1%. Low volume this morning, only 40,000 shares. We did watch this after the close. With Jared, and Jared was actually trading it a little bit. Was it this one or Broadcom? No, he was trading DocuSign. So yeah, we had a little bit of fun after the close in the chat room. So if you're not yet a member, maybe you want to consider being one. You can trade with us. We trade not only throughout the market day, but the earnings. A little bit of a after party yesterday. So, but that's the only one that's gapping up. Oh, that's right. Jared traded both of them. We'll talk about Broadcom in a minute because it's gapping down. I wanted to get to a question if I could. We had a good question from someone in the room, and it was who asked the question? It was Philip from Belgium. Was asking, why do stocks move with the SPY? So we talk about the SPY and the Qs a lot, right? SPY and a separate ticker QQQ. Those really are just they're actually ETFs, right? They're tracking ETFs, which means they're just made up of the largest, well, let's just say a basket of stocks from the New York Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq, respectively, right? The Qs are the Nasdaq, and the SPY is the New York Stock Exchange, and they basically track a number of stocks in that in those areas. So they're made they're designed differently, so the relative percentage of a different stock is different on the SPY and the Qs. But for this conversation, let's just assume they work the same way, which means that when you get some of the big stocks that move, you get in a chicken and egg conversation, right? Like an Nvidia. Nvidia is obviously a big stock. It's everybody's watching it in the market. When it moves a lot, well, it's going to move the market index that tracks it and a bunch of other stuff, especially if it makes up a significant portion or a large percentage of the underlying stock. So, when Nvidia moves, or an Apple, or you look at the largest, right, these $3 trillion companies, they're also going to move. They're going to move the index. Now, sometimes you can get things that are just moving in general, right? The market sentiment is positive, so the index moves and it pulls everything with it. Then it's hard to tell, are the stocks moving first or is the index moving first? But often what we'll notice is things do move in common, right? If you get positive sentiment in the market, you notice everything sort of generally trends up. And if you look at the stocks, the charts, especially on the shorter time frames, they tend to look very similar. Right, we were actually talking about this yesterday, where I think we were looking at Meta, Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia. The stock charts at points of the day all look very similar. They were just moving with the market. So that happens very commonly. So often what we're doing here in the morning is we're trying to find stocks that have an independent catalyst that will not have them just move with the market, but will move on their own. Now, if you get some of the big offerings, right, that have lots of volume and a loss of individual investors in it, like a Tesla or an Nvidia or the Microsofts, we know they're always moving. Now, are they moving because they have independent news, or are they just moving because the general sentiment is positive or negative, and therefore they're moving that way? I don't know. We honestly don't know. I don't worry about that so much, because on those big ones, they get enough volume that you can just sort of trade them on the basis of what they're doing, whether they're following the market or not. Other stocks, maybe like DocuSign we're talking about, if I see DocuSign following the market, I'm not going to watch it, because I know it's not getting independent movement. It's just going to get pulled along with the market. If I'm going to play something like that, I might as well play something with lots of liquidity, lots of volume, where the patterns are a little more reliable. So that's my opinion. That last part is my opinion, but the rest is sort of a reason why do stocks follow the market. That might give you a little bit of insight. There's obviously a lot more depth to it if you want to dig deeper. And if you really want to understand it, Jared's the guy to talk to. Jared, when he does his engineering the markets, really does a good in-depth analysis at individual stocks and market tracking and the theory behind it. So, it's well worth watching that. That you need to be a member for, because he does that Monday to Thursday in the chat room. I feel like I'm plugging the chat room a lot this morning, but we got stuff going on there, so how could I not mention it? But hopefully that, Philippe, that answers your question. All right, let's get back to what's gapping down now.
Yeah, let's look at what's gapping down today. AVGO with this is Broadcom, right? Yeah, earnings last night. Let's see what's happening here. It's down 6.3 today, 2.1 million shares traded. So I love the volume here, and this can trade very well when it is in play. And today, heavily in play. Peter, earnings not doing so well, especially with AI this morning for them.
Well, interesting. Their earnings were good. They actually beat their numbers top and bottom line. It's not that they had a bad quarter, but as usual, these analysts out there were saying, well, in their forward-looking guidance, we were expecting to see more of a bump due to AI. They thought Broadcom would get a little bit more benefit from AI and would give them a higher forecast. They didn't come out with a higher forecast, so they're being pushed down a little bit. So because of that, we're seeing them gap down, like you said, about 6% this morning. And it's definitely in play, though. We've got over 2 million shares traded already. That's good volume for Broadcom. And with that gap, I think we're going to see some movement. Now, this is a tough stock to trade. I will tell you, it does trade on the NASDAQ, which I like, but it sort of trades more like a NYSE stock, which I don't like. So just be careful if you're watching Broadcom here. I've struggled with it many, many a time. So I'm going to put it on my list, but I'm going to be very skeptical about its moves. I'm going to want to see some real strong movement before I jump in with my money.
Yeah, I cannot agree with you more on that thing. We'll have it on here again. Volume looks good. Hopefully today they can break away from that nicey type style of trading, but yeah, looking really good, the numbers this morning on that one. Next on the list is INDV, and this one should not be here, so garbage for that. Garbage truck on that one. Next on there it is, more garbage truck coming out. WMG, another garbage truck stock. Well, actually, it's not really even in play. So that covers our gap down. I thought there was more before we started this list. It looked much longer than what it is now. Let's look at another one, TPR. Nope, not supposed to be in play. All right, that covers the gap down. Peter, gap down on your end. Anything else there?
Paramount, well, it's actually Warner Group here, but Warner Group, I almost feel like it's incidentally on our list. There is news. Edgar Bronfman Jr., one of the billionaires out there who used to be head of Warner Music, is apparently put together a $4.3 billion offer for Paramount. As you know, that they've been working with Skydance Studios and for a while, and there's been a bunch of these little bids that have popped up and then disappeared. Everybody seems to want it, but they're not. Well, they think they want it, but then they shy away. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah, Paramount has just been in flux for a long time. So look, I've long been predicting that we're going to see a consolidation of these streaming services because I just don't think there's enough money to go around, and we can't support all of these services that are out there. Which one of us are getting tired about paying fees on six or different services, right? So I'd love to get Paramount Plus because I want to watch, the what's that the movie the silent something. I forget what it's called now. God, I had a mind fart. Anyways, Day One, whatever it is. Silent Place, is that what it's called? Anyways, but I'm not going to pay for it. Quiet Place.
The Quiet
There you go.
Place.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quiet Place. I knew it was something about
We
not
got
speaking.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah.
but I'm not going to pay for that streaming service because I already pay for too many. So the point is, there's going to be a consolidation, and we'll have to see what happens because there's a lot of people dipping their toes in this market. So that's why Warner Music was on the list. I'm surprised not to see Paramount, but I think everybody's a little tired. They're just waiting to see. Like, just let us know when it's done, right? Investors are just waiting to see what's happening there. Other than that, the only other one that I had on my list to keep an eye on was actually, and oddly, it's just gone green. Is Big Lots, BIG. It was earnings from this morning, and they were actually gapping down for, well, I was looking at it most of the morning. I noticed they've just gone green. Interestingly, I can't actually find their earnings numbers. It looks like they actually reported that they were supposed to report, and I don't know. They've been pulled off my list now. I think they missed their numbers. They've generally been saying they've been having a lot of trouble in the last few quarters, and I expect this quarter to be no different. The big rumor that was out last night, early this morning, was that they are contemplating Chapter 11 bankruptcy because they just, they continue to slide, and they want that bankruptcy protection, and they haven't had any luck finding an investor. So they haven't made a move as far as I've seen. So if they do file for Chapter 11, then that's the well, you know what's going to happen to this stock, right? I mean, already look at it; it's already at 47 cents, and just zoom back on this on a daily or weekly or monthly chart. You can see this has been sliding for years now. So Big Lots, which had a high of what, $70 in 2021. I mean, it's 47 cents now. Like, yikes. So I wish I'd shorted it. But you basically, all the money that you would have taken from the short, you could pretty much just keep in your bank account. So, but anyways, Big Lots is not doing well, and now that's rumored that they're looking at bankruptcy if they can't find some last minute investment dollars. So will it be in play today? I don't know. The volume, I mean, we see 1.2 million shares traded on the chart, or sorry, on the level 2, but I can't see it on the chart very easily. So the price action does not look good this morning, but I thought I'd mention in case it's something you guys want to follow. Other than that, Carlos, I already talked about in general some of the big ones. I mean, we always got to keep an eye on NVIDIA. Already 10 million shares traded. Looks good this morning. It's not had a couple of good days, frankly. Maybe today we can reclaim a little bit of the altitude that it's lost. It's moving up through 108 so far this morning. So, definitely going to be watching NVIDIA for me. I can't ignore my good friend and long-term lover, AMD. But it's not doing as much this morning. It's not as interesting, to be honest. And long-term lover, yeah, you like that? Jilted lover, that's true. But I guess we had a very open relationship, so it's all good. And then of course Tesla. Tesla's already got 3 million shares. It looks good. Tesla has actually been surprising me that it's been moving up as well as it has over the last little while. I mean, not up a lot, but it's been holding its levels and moving up a tiny little bit. So I think Tesla is also in play for today. So that's what I got.
All right. Thank you, Peter. Friends, let's take a look at Actually, we covered the gap down. We're good there. So I got a
Mhm.
question here that Peter can answer. As we're a little bit ahead of schedule, which is nice. So let's look at this question: the difference between Nasdaq and New York Stock Exchange. Right, that's being asked over on YouTube. So there are a couple of differences, right, Peter, on there. But for us, what really attracts us is the way the price moves. Right. I think that's one of the
Right.
biggest differences for us day traders. But it's technically, there are a few differences between both exchanges. Maybe you could speak a little bit about some of the main things that are different there.
Sure. The main thing that affects basically the stock movement is slightly different, especially at the open. The big difference is you got to keep in mind the New York Stock Exchange is the original, right? It's been around for a long time. It started as a very manual process that became electronic. Nasdaq was founded as an electronic exchange, and it's sort of built a little bit differently on the back end. But what's biggest is how the market makers operate. So any stock listed on the NASDAQ, so for example, let's Tesla or NVIDIA, right? They will have multiple market makers. There could be a dozen market makers. I don't know on any given stock, but you have a bunch of market makers that basically have all equal access to the inventory and who has the job of maintaining the market, which means they have to maintain order flow and make sure that transactions get enacted in a reasonable period of time. They have big deep pockets themselves, right? They have lots of clients that they're filling orders for, but they do have a job of making sure that there's a smooth order flow. But because they're all competing with each other, you get a fairly even distribution of market flow. The New York Stock Exchange, on the other hand, has an older school model where you get fewer market makers who have greater control over the stock. And as such, they also have the job of maintaining orderly market flow, but they don't have to do it in competition with others as actively, which means you'll often see, like we talk about, you see it most obviously at the open, where they will not trade right at 9:30, right? Whereas a Nasdaq stock, everybody starts to compete right away, and you see the biggest volume bar of the day usually right at 9:30. A New York Stock Exchange stock, the market maker might hold back for a couple minutes. Maybe because they're working on something else, they're putting the orders together. Maybe just because they're waiting out the open craziness, or maybe they're playing with us a little bit. Who knows? But often watch the stock, especially when on a morning when they're in play with news, where that big volume won't happen right at 9:30. It happens at 9:32, 3, 4, or 5. Right, that's when you know the market maker has basically put their orders into effect. You see that big volume hit the market, and then a stock can actually change direction drastically or continue in the direction. But you get the big moves after that volume hits. So that's the big difference. In the middle of the day, it's not as much of an impact because generally, right, they're maintaining that orderly market and they're pushing orders through. But you can still see it when you get news events and other activities. It just doesn't happen as quickly on New York Stock Exchange stocks as it does as Nasdaq. So, as a general principle, I prefer trading Nasdaq because I know that it happens in the volume and the price action happens in a smoother fashion. I don't want to shy you away from it, right? New York Stock Exchange stocks can trade very well, especially those that have big volume. As you get to those that have lower volume and lower order flow, you just need to be more careful with it. So, be aware of it. Always take a look at it. No matter what platform you're looking at, make sure you understand where it always will tell you which market it's trading on. Be aware of that, and you can just know, okay, right? I mean, I've got to be a little more careful if it's a NYSE stock versus a Nasdaq. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah, yeah, very well said. Thank you, Peter. All right, friends, let's get to it. So our list right now, only out of the gappers list, we only got EVGO. Everything else on here was not looking great, so it's not gonna be on our list. But a couple ones that you guys mentioned earlier in the chat, both on YouTube and also in our members tab, is Tesla. Right, we will be watching Tesla. A lot going on there, especially our friend Elon just getting involved with a lot of presidential stuff. That's going to help his cause, whatever his plans are to be involved as much as he can be involved with this. It's just good for him, good publicity for him anyway. So it is up 1.8 right now, 3.5 million shares traded. They also had great news, right, with their self-driving tests over in China. I'm sure Peter is happy they're testing it there and not here. There first, and then once you figure out that you're not killing people, come over here. But yeah, there it is. Tesla acting really good this morning. Definitely going to be watching that one. Peter, you mentioned NVIDIA. I'm going to add that to our list as well. Also getting a nice gap up. this morning, or push up this morning, and a lot of that is because of our good buddy the SPY, which is not well in the green, but had a nice bounce from the lows of this morning into the green territory, right? And then we had a question over in chat, someone asking me, if you're asking me again, I'm not sure, but if you're asking me again, I already answered you, but I'll answer it again. We don't know if this is going to be good data for the overall market, right? It's reacting positive now. It can sell off at the market open. So we have no idea, no clue what's going to happen. We'll just have to wait and see. For us, it's more important to get movement, get volume that we can trade our strategies on, right? That's the most important thing, right? So we have no clue, man. We've seen good data be bad. We've seen bad data treat the market well, and we've seen it vice versa. So we have no clue. We just can't answer that. And I don't think anybody really can.
And Carlos, here's something interesting happening right now, and thanks to Kay Bryan for pointing it out. So I mentioned when we were looking at the economic calendar that Williams was speaking this morning. 9:45 was when his speech started, and it looks like it's having a market impact. Do you remember we looked at this just earlier, a couple minutes ago?
Yeah.
It was exactly opposite to what it's looking like now. So I said Fed Williams' speech probably will not have an impact. But I was wrong. Look at this. I mean, whatever he's saying out there, I assume that this is the impact. Notice how the numbers have shifted. We were 57% on a quarter point and 43, I think, on a half point. Look how that sentiment has already shifted. You can see people are moving based on single comments from some of these Fed speakers. Now it's 59% that are looking at a half point change in the interest rate and only 41% at a quarter point. And we can see the market has been moving up a little more aggressively, in the last 15 minutes or so. So interesting, right? We're going to see continued movement. So maybe, over the next week and a half, we might want to watch some of these Fed speakers a little closer, because it looks like whatever they're saying, right, can definitely have an impact on opinion. Everybody's trying to figure out, like, you notice that nobody thinks interest rates are going to stay the same. If you do, you don't even rate on this scale, right? You're totally alone. And it's always dangerous when everybody thinks the same thing, right? Can you imagine if when the Fed comes out, they're like, we've decided not to lower interest rates. The market will lose its mind, absolutely lose its mind. So anyways, I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. So anyways, it was just interesting how that sentiment has changed so quickly in the half an hour we've been talking here. So there you go.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, friends, let's take a look at what else you guys like this morning. We looked at Tesla, we looked at NVIDIA, we got AVGO on deck as well. Let's head over to our chat here. I got our members tab open. Path, I have Path in my secondary. They had good news here, so they are gapping up 8.6 this morning, 626,000 shares traded. Again, typically not one that trades very well. They don't get good volume, but I really like this gap up today and into this massive gap down they had back in end of May. So I have it on a secondary. It could be a good one to watch today if they can get the volume and get going. It is a nicey stock, so we've been talking about nicey stocks today. Just kind of wait a little bit, wait for that volume to kick in, and see how that reacts, right? So again, I don't have a lot of information on it. I don't think I ever traded this in the past or even looked at it this closely, so I'm not sure how the trading action is. So I'm going off basically what I'm seeing in the charts and the way the daily is setting up here. Chewy Bar, good buddy Miller, he is it is up 3.2, 185,000 shares traded. I'm not a big fan of this stock. I find this stock very, very choppy to trade. So I usually stay away from it. When it is in play a couple of times when they have earnings, I know me and Peter will look at it. We love the name Chewy, but the stock itself we don't love as much. So I don't think today they're looking overly explosive here. So you just kind of sit around and wait to see if the volume does come in. But it won't be on my list this morning for those reasons. What else, friends? Intel. Yes, Intel's just been horrible. I mean, they're not on the ball here. So right now, they're up 1%, 3.1 million shares traded. I feel like they always have that massive volume in the morning, so that's not new to them. But yeah, this is a perfect stock, Peter, that trades like nicey stock, right? They're on the NASDAQ, but they trade like a nicey stock. They have that very choppy type, low volume trading. The last couple of days, you've seen a huge increase in volume here. Not sure where this is going. They just been getting a lot of bad news. Nothing's been going their way here. And today, I don't see anything overly exciting on it. So I'll keep it off my list. But it's a good one to watch. When eventually they start breaking out of here, they got to figure out their AI position or something. right, they got to figure it out. They missed the boat somewhere in there. And if you guys remember, was this the one period they had a massive layoffs and reconstruction of everything? There was just a lot of bad stuff happening. They were doubling down on a whole bunch of stuff. I think they even removed their dividends, if I'm not confusing the stock. So again, it's just a lot of bad news on their end. So right now, not really in play. I don't see it on my list at the moment. All right, let's take a look here. What else? Tesla is good. Okay, how about over on YouTube? Anything else? All right, so if that's about it, I got AVGO, Tesla, AMD. I'm sure I'm going to add AMD and some other ones on here, but for right now, that's the list. Guys, Andrew's book is free on Amazon, right? So you can get the Kindle version. I have it up right here. He put the link in chat. So if you haven't got the book, make sure you do that. Look at this, 17,664 reviews. That is awesome. So if you haven't reviewed the book, be part of history. Let's get to that 18,000. Let's make sure you review the book. Give us an honest feedback. It's important. It does help. But look at that, 17,000. That is awesome. 4.6. Very, very nice, man. Something to definitely be proud about. So congrats to Andrew there. Friends, so yeah, the link is there. It's completely free. Get it now, and you should be able to download that and start your learning if you have not read the book yet. Peter, let's go to community events and announcements. Head over to bearwoodtraders.com. You can always see what's happening there. Where's that thing for me? Right over here. bearwoodtraders.com. Click on webinars, and you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks.
Indeed. Well, we always have a full slate of activities happening here at Bear Bull Traders, and we look forward to you joining us for them. Starting on Mondays with our 2 onboarding classes. It's a regular week next week. We get back to a regular schedule, which means we should have our regular people here. And what's happening here? It looks like things are frozen. Oh, okay. There we go. The feed looked frozen to me. Okay, but we're starting at noon with Brendan. Brendan's going to be talking about DAS and how you can get the most out of it, the setup configuration. If you've got technical questions about how your DAS platform works, that's the place to go. And then in the evening, we have our onboarding class that Carlos or Megan, thank you, Megan, by the way, for doing it when you do, that leads to help our new members get oriented with Bear Bull Traders and make sure you get the most out of your membership. So it's a good place if you're a beginning trader or if you've got some experience and just have some questions you want answered. Join the onboarding class at 8 o'clock. That's available to all members, no matter what your membership level is. So it's a good one to attend. Tuesdays, we go into our strategy and trade book session. And this coming Tuesday, we've got Thor that's going to be leading things off with his webinar. My God, I'm losing my words today. His webinar on how you leverage edgeful statistics. What does that mean? He will tell you this coming Tuesday at 8 o'clock. So hopefully you'll attend that. Everybody loves Thor's webinars. They're always chock full of information. He is an awesome trader, so it's well worth paying attention to what he's doing. And then the week after, on September 17th, we finally, at long last, hopefully, we'll have the tax seminar that I know a lot of you have been waiting for, right? Want to understand how you manage your taxes. We will never provide you tax information here at Bear Bull Traders because that is not our area of expertise. But we've got some tax experts, Joey and Dave, who are going to be joining us at 8 o'clock on September the 17th to help guide you or at least give you a little indication of where you can look for more information. So that should be a good session. We did have to reschedule with an illness of one of the presenters, so glad that they're back in the game and we're able to reschedule that. So I know a lot of people will have that one in the calendar. Wednesday is psychology, always psychology on Wednesday. Wisdom Wednesdays. And this coming Wednesday, we've got Wesley who's with us talking about mental resilience, always at 8 o'clock. And then Wednesday the 18th, Randy Howell is going to be back. He's always got greatly titled and greatly structured webinars. This one's Cracking the Secret Code for a Disciplined Trading Mind. I love it. This past Wednesday, we had a great presentation from Dr. Reed. Really made me think, actually. So he was talking about the Rain Man and his trading style and reminded me of some things I needed to do in my own trading. So those are always worth attending on Wednesdays. Hopefully you'll put this coming Wednesday on the 11th and then the 18th into your calendar. Thursdays are all about a mentorship and helping you with your questions and getting the information you need. We have 4 mentorship sessions on a regular Wednesday. John kicks it off at 11 a.m. Then we switch to an options point of view with Jared and Megan at 2. Lenny's back on equities at 4, and then Thor rounds out the day with his Thursday mentorship session, always a popular one, at 8 p.m. So that's what we've got coming for you in the next week and the week after. Hopefully you'll take note of some of those and put them in your calendar. One thing that never closes that we rely on heavily here is Trading Terminal. It's really where we go for all the information on the markets, whether it's the economic calendar, it's the scanners, the gappers list, all of that comes from tradingterminal.com. So go check that out. There's also an academy where you can get a bunch of courses. Right now, we got a back to school sale, 50% off all courses in the academy. They're already a good deal at any price, but check them out. You might as well take advantage of that discounted rate, and you can get the offer. There you go. There's it right on the screen. So check it out. If you don't want to do those courses, there's a whole bunch of free stuff in there, including a simulator, the scanners that you can use and configure on your own. Cool stuff. Just check it out. Tradingterminal.com. Carlos.
All right.
Back to you.
Excellent. Thank you, Peter. All right, friends, our list today, AVGO, Tesla, NVIDIA. Let's get some levels in, and then we'll look at what our moderators are looking at this morning. But first, let's take a look at this list here. All right, starting with AVGO, let's do some levels here. We do have low of the pre-market all the way down at 136.60. So I'm going to slam a level there. And then towards the top, guys, we have a level over at 144.20. So that's another great level as well. So very big range this morning, which is nice. Again, typically this stock doesn't trade very well, but we're hoping today they can trade out of their normal price action. So let's see if that can happen. 140.41 is a good area. A lot of flirting going on there. A couple of days slamming into that opening, closing around that area. So 140.41. And you can see here in the pre-market as well, we got a little bit of action happening around there as well. So you definitely want to have that level in between the highs and lows of the last two trading days. Towards the top, your cover, previous day close, highs and lows for the last two trading days. There is an area here that is not covered that I think we should have down. It's going to be 146.58. Another area where there's a lot of days and wicks slamming into that as well. So I think it's worth noting here as well in case we do decide to start closing this gap a little bit. Towards the bottom, below the low of the pre-market at 136.64, we'll look at 129. Man, this thing went really down. Recovered nicely in August, all of August, really. Let's see if it can do that again here. But 129.43 is a good level towards the bottom. And then just in case, I think this will be a stretch, 123.32. I don't think we're getting there, but we are ready for it. Our good buddy Tesla, 3.6 million shares traded right now, up 1.8, almost 2% at the moment. Stuck right in this area where we have seen resistance in the past, trying to get above that. We haven't been above that since July, right? So struggling right around that area. It's a good level to have. Our high of our pre-market is just slightly below the high from yesterday, which is right over here. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Right there. So just slightly below that high of the pre-market, 234.68. The low of the pre-market today is sitting at 225.20. So we'll put a level there as well. And then above the high of the pre-market, in case we can get going, right? We hung out there in July quite a bit, 243.97, and all the way up here over at 254. So Tesla looking very good. Love the volume this morning. Love the breakout we're getting. And they've been trading very, very well. If you've been watching Tesla this week, they've been really, really nice. I think it's great to watch and have the stock trading nicely as it has in the past for us. Here's NVIDIA. Going to remove our levels from yesterday. And once we do that, our highs and lows doing a pretty good job covering some of the main areas that we've been slamming into every time we are around this price range. So that's good. 104, 104.38 is the low of the pre-market today. Again, pretty much covered by the highs and lows of the last two trading days, doing good support there. As we're into the green, it was down on 104.50. Now we're up almost $4, 108.09. Towards the bottom, in case that does change direction, 192. So 192 there, and then 97.64 just in case. But for the most part, we are looking pretty good this morning as far as the green side of things. High of the pre-market, 108.50. That's all I'm going to mark down there. Your highs and lows are doing a good job. You do not need to make this more complicated than what it is. So just 3 tickets from me today, guys. That is all we have. All right, let's take a look at what our moderators are watching. Before we do that, so the entire show today, we have not asked, and I did it on purpose, for you to hit the like button. I want to see how many likes we have, because people just don't like to do what you ask them to, Peter. You know that? If you ask people to do something, there's some people that just don't like to do it. They will love to, but they won't, just because they don't like to be told what to do.
So
So we're
you're
sitting,
like,
and I'm not asking now. I'm not asking now. We're sitting at 208, and I'm not gonna ask, but that's a good number. I'm happy
yeah.
with that.
What
I'm
are we? Are this
Don't
is this
ask.
it? We're doing like reverse psychology stuff. Whatever you do, do not
Versus
hit
good.
the like button.
No, we're
J-
not doing
j-
that because then some people hate when you do that too. Because it's like I don't know, it's just weird.
okay,
Humans are weird.
never mind. All
So we're
right,
not
never
gonna
mind.
ask anything. We're
All right.
just checking where it is. It's 246. We're happy with that. That's it. Let's go to our
All right.
moderators list.
All right. Our moderators are starting to put in their list. They're filtering in as they're getting ready for this Friday trading, starting with Avi, who's in with his usual suspects, Tesla, NVIDIA, and AMD. He rarely deviates from that list, so good old Mr. Reliable there. Lenny's watching Tesla, Path, US Steel, BE, Chewy, AVGO. He's got a big list. And I know that, what has US Steel done? I know that they were getting into they were getting involved in politics. Oh, look at that. Not much. Okay, we'll see what happens with that. Mike is just keeping it short with NVIDIA and Tesla. Pierre is watching NVIDIA, Tesla, Amazon, and AMD. Thor is watching his usual suspects with Tesla and AMD. Interesting, he doesn't have NVIDIA on that list, but the spies and the Qs as well. Jared is going to be watching Docu, not a surprise. He was trading that after hours, as well as Broadcom, the AVGO, NVIDIA, and Crocs. Crocs is a new one. What? Hey, look, if you want to watch rubber shoes, why not? We also have who else is in there? I put my list in. I'm going to be watching my good buddy AMD, NVIDIA, and Tesla primarily. I'm also going to be watching some of the ones we talked about here in DocuSign and AVGO, and keeping an eye on the scanners. Megan is keeping it tight with NVIDIA and AVGO. Eamon even tighter, just watching Tesla. Andrew's got his list in NVIDIA, AMD, AVGO, Chewy, Tesla. He's got a bunch of stuff on there. We'll see what happens. Phil and Brennan are pretty similar here. Exactly similar. They're watching NVIDIA, Tesla, AMD, and AVGO. There's no IPOs today, but we do have a couple of SPACs. Those are special purpose acquisition companies. They're usually not very interesting to trade, but if you like them, here they are, and I will tell you if and when they actually open today. I'm hoping we get a good Friday here. I don't know. It's looking we'll see. If we get more talk about the interest rates, just checking here. Has the sentiment changed? No. Oh, look, see, sentiment is actively changing here. Now it's gone to pretty much 50-50 as to whether we're getting a quarter point or a half a point. So, yeah, that active change may mean some movement in stock. So, yeah, we could have an interesting day. Let's see what happens. While I've been talking here, Brian has got his list in. He's looking at AMD, Tesla, NVIDIA, DocuSign, and Meta. Meta's not one that I've taken a look at, but it did have a good open yesterday. So who knows, right? Maybe today it will also move again. Didn't do much for the rest of the day. So, but it did have some movement right off the open, as you can see. Then it got pretty choppy and sort of went flat for the rest of the day. So, but Brian knows what he's doing. So you got to listen to him if he says he's watching something. All right, that's what we've got on our list. I think we've got our live traders getting set. Andrew's going to be trading with us here today. Last time in a little while as he goes climbing another mountain. We can't keep that guy out of the snow. He keeps going back. Something attracts him to the tops of the world. Tops of the world? Top of the worlds? No, that's not right. Anyways, those high places where the oxygen is thin and it's like freaking cold. That's where he likes to go.
Yeah.
Most of us head for
Andrew
a
has
beach.
something. He has
Yeah,
something for
Andrew grabs a
triangles, right?
crampon
Peak,
and
peak
heads up to the
capital,
mountain.
mountains. He has something for triangles. Uh, so that's what it is. 3 points everywhere you can find them. All right, friends, we are all set. Apple also looking a little interesting. You can take a look at that one. I'm going to add that to my list as well. I'll do levels after here, but that one also looks good. All right, friends, that covers it. Andrew and Brian up next. Wait for them to hop in here, and then we'll hand it off to them. They're going to take you through the market open. Again, looking interesting. Quick look at the SPY as we wait for them to hop on here. SPY is holding. I'm surprised. I didn't think this was going to hold. We usually get this reaction. Immediate reaction goes up or down, and then it comes right back to where it was. But we held the entire pre-market show here, so that could be good. That could be good. Let's see how the market
And
open reacts. Yeah.
And the Qs are up there as well. The SPY's gone green. The Qs are sitting just below green, so that might mean that there's a little more movement opportunity as the market opens. We'll see. I mean, I'll be watching NVIDIA. That'll give me the best indication, I think. We'll see what happens. But Nvidia's looking nice and strong this morning too. So see what happens.
Yes, looking good, looking good. Um, Oh, what the heck? All right, guys, we're sitting at 297 likes. We'll love to get to 300 if we can. So I am going to ask. Why not? I'll ask right before I hand it over to Andrew. I gave in, couldn't help it. So if you could help us get to 300, really appreciate it. And it went down. I asked, and somebody unliked it. I just saw that. I see you. Yep, I saw that.
I saw that. I saw that.
Should have never done that. I messed up.
I think begging works. Shame them. Make them feel bad.
I was trying not to, but see, you guys gave in too. You guys 327, so yeah, it's working. It does work. All right, friends. I see Andrew's view there, and I see Brian. Good morning, Brian. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How is everyone doing this morning?
Good.
Fantastic.
Doing good.
Fantastic. Yeah, there's the view from the city.
Yeah, it looks like. Well, I guess summer is coming to an end. It's getting darker earlier or lighter later, I suppose, in this case.
It certainly is. I've been noticing that. Getting up is not as easy now. You have to get up and it's still dark out, or it's still dusky out.
Yeah.
And
certainly. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
How's everybody?
Good. See, when it gets a little darker like this is when we can try and watch what Andrew's trading by looking at the reflection in the window behind him. So,
yeah, well,
that's your monitor. There you go. Got to be careful.
Well, I'm not going. I'm not going to put the glasses on. From now on, I'm actually trading like this. All right. So, what happened with the jobs?
Care, guys.
I know. Thanks, Carlos. Appreciate that. What happened
jobs
with the
numbers? The jobs numbers came in a little bit lighter than expectations. Not terribly so, but there was some downward revision for July. So
we think what the big movement this morning, gentlemen, is that the Williams, one of the Fed chairs, Williams, was making a speech that started at 8:45, and the Fed Watch tool on the expectation of the interest rate has been fluctuating significantly this morning. So we're getting a lot of movement on whether people think it's a half point or a quarter point cut that's coming on September 18th, and that number's been moving around a lot more this morning than it normally does. So.
Well, that's good to know. Well, we need that because this Lambo is way more expensive than I thought, guys. I am actually having some serious issues. I'm moving to Alberta, and in British Columbia, there's only one corporation, which is a Crown Corporation, does all the insurance. In Alberta, you have to get your own insurance, and nobody is insuring the Lamborghini. I'm having serious issues with finding an insurance, and I have a deadline. I put a deposit on the Lamborghini. I have a deadline to get them insurance. And if I don't meet, they called me, hey, your deposit is gone. So do you know, guys, anyone know insurance in Alberta that can insure supercars? I have some serious issues. Forget about trading. Help me with my Lambo.
I can ask my friend who's had an expensive car before.
Yes,
he's up in Edmonton.
Please. Yes. Yeah, well, the TD insurance that a lot of people use in Alberta, they call them, it's over $200,000 we don't insure. So I'm having some serious issues right now going on. I'm actually panicking because tomorrow I'm flying out and I have to close the deal with Lamborghini by the end of the month, and I'm not here and I don't have access to internet. And I was hoping that the market pops up because I have a lot of SOXL, that maybe with this profit from SOXL, I can take the heat and just bring it to British Columbia, but that didn't happen. So a lot of first world problems happening right now. Anyways, it's not easy. It's way more expensive than I thought owning a Lamborghini would be. The dealership that I got from this is Lamborghini Vancouver. They don't know much people from Lamborghini Calgary or Alberta. They don't know anybody. At least they didn't help me. All right. So Brian, I know you don't have that problem.
Not yet.
Tesla is
No, I know
interesting.
it's a challenge. The ICBC stopped insuring these supercars because they kept getting because people kept wrecking them. It was these rich young kids that their parents buy them these cars and then they rack them up.
Yeah, so I need to find an insurance company very soon. Otherwise, I might actually take the bullet and let the deposit gone. Huh? What do you think? That's also an option. That's $10,000. Not that bad. Hmm.
Okay, well, AMD and NVIDIA are popping up here.
All right, so markets. Yeah, I have this Excel, and I have actually for some. I have some Tesla from yesterday. It's just sitting in my account. Only 100 shares, not bad. That's why Excel is holding. Went down really. The bonds are good. VCLT is good. As you know, I start buying VCLT. AVGO. I found Lenny posts really good pictures. Really good watch lists. I like Lenny's watch list. Meta. What is interesting about Meta, Brian?
It looked like it was popping up, but a lot of things are popping up. AMD just took a drop after it tried to break out there. DocU is interesting. On a daily, it looks like it's trying to break out here. I don't know. I just have a feeling Meta's gonna break out. Upper range is around 540. There's some big orders. NVIDIA 109.50, 110. Possible target.
Tesla's my favorite. Super interesting. Why was Tesla is a strong game? Is Elon Musk launching new product or something?
I have no idea. I mean, there was some news about full self-driving that supposedly they're launching in China and Europe. So that's the only news, Tesla news, other than apparently he's going to fix the U.S. economy too.
Who's
For the
trying to fix
regulation or regulations or whatever. Oop, Tesla's rolling over here a bit. Oops, so's NVIDIA, so's AMD. Everything's selling off as we're getting close to the open. It's kind of weird.
charts? The daily chart is interesting.
I don't like
Tesla.
I don't like the way we're selling off here. It's kind of weird.
I'm going to get really good trading. So my plan is wait for a few minutes, and Tesla daily chart looks very nice for opening range breakup. X.
I would have said that 2 minutes ago, but not now. I don't know what's going on. Friday, we don't really have anything. We've got the employment data, so that's it. We may get a pullback at the open here. We may get a drop in some of the stock prices. Might be a buying opportunity. We get this pullback.
Oh. What's the deal with AVGO? This one has been active for a very long time. All right, ding, 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 ding. Let's see what Tesla is doing. Ding, 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 ding. SPY stays green. Q's just green.
Tesla's bouncing back.
Oh, that's what we like. Bouncing back on Tesla. SPY strong.
Okay, I'm just got long some NVIDIA on 770.
Interesting.
I'd have to get out of it if it drops here.
VDA is interesting. Tesla is turned out to be weaker than expected. Still no trade for me. Waiting. Looking for a trading opportunity. NVIDIA is interesting.
It's trying to get through this VWAP. There's a lot of orders above there. See the Qs are popping here. So
yeah, SPY popped up. SPY is at R3.
Getting out of NVIDIA for the moment because I just don't like the way it's not popping up here.
The problem is above the VWAP, so I'm looking forward to see if I can actually test the VWAP or not.
Tesla really dropped. And there's a seller there right at 108.
I think NVIDIA is going to bounce back. It's just a matter
I
of
think so
patience.
too.
They'll settle. The day's long, so it's very young. We're going to find something.
Yeah.
Patience, guys. If you don't have anything in your trade book, patience. Gold is short.
Qs are selling off. Wow, AMD really dropped.
Yeah, another great day for semis. SOXL is down 4%, $28. This guy is very important to be patient. I'm not taking anything short either, so because I don't know, I just don't like that. SPY is bouncing back. Qs are bouncing back.
Qs bounce back, yeah.
3 minutes to the open. Yeah, we have at AVGO. Not a lot of volume at Shui, so that's not what I like. X popped up.
Docu's popping.
Video long is in my mind. you put this seed in my mind, Brian. I'm not sure to take it or not. It's not
I
my
don't know yet.
Oh. It's ways to sit and think about it. I don't like shorting anything. Like NVIDIA, like the super strong pre-market right now, it's at the previous day close. Apple is in strong, so Apple was interesting. Yeah, I'm not really super keen on shorting either. It's kind of they were a little bit up in the VWAP in the pre-market. The setup is not there even for shorting for me. Apple is going to break. So Apple is holding the market up, huh?
Try another long on NVIDIA, 107.50.
Something. But I'm gonna join you on that long, but I regret probably because every time I listen to you,
this is where it's having issues right here.
You gotta fix your issues here, NVDA. You gotta fix your issues if you want to go into that old. This is the place. Go. Yeah, the 5 minute looks ugly. Yeah, this is definitely not the type of
It's
pattern that I want.
this VWAP here is the doesn't want to get through there.
7.
I did take some profit there, just at the VWAP where we've struggled before.
That's not the pattern that I'm looking for. If it becomes an engulfing, then maybe. But this is definitely that's just a perfect example of trading something without any trade book because you feel for it. Like this is not a 5 minute mid-range breakup. This is not an engulfing. Why am I taking it? Just because it was a feel, I feel it's gonna go up, but the feeling is not enough. If it comes in become a 5 minute engulf, I'm ready.
No, I'm just looking at it holding a level here.
Yeah, well, again, people can look at it differently. I'm
yeah.
X is 5 minutes when we break up. Yeah, X is good, but the problem with the X is it has never really had any nice order flow. See, NVIDIA just dropped.
Yeah.
You're off good.
Wow, Tesla's really selling off. So are the Qs. NVIDIA is going down to 106.
Is also looking forward to go green. Sorry, red.
AMD is back into pre-market levels. Wow, Tesla really sold off.
We pay for the Lambo. Let's turn on, yeah, it's kind of super choppy. B, no volume.
We're right down at yesterday's low on the Qs.
Where is everybody? There is the volume. Test of patience, huh? Today is the test of patience. We'll draw. Maybe I should get out of my Tesla overnight position. Interesting. 39, huh? Maybe should have gone short, man. Maybe shorting was short.
I got short a little NVIDIA there. Tell you using puts. It's time.
I'm talking, huh? Today? Speakers are nice. Oh, NVIDIA turned out to be super weak now.
Yeah. Just covering some of my, I'm just using puts. I'm just covering some of those using the 106s.
That was a very nice short. I was going to say that this is the type of day that Thor does that, like shorting like at R3, R4. Today is the day that I think...
I'm just covering some more puts here. I'm just selling some more puts on NVIDIA.
You're selling puts. You're essentially longing it, huh?
No, I bought them and now I'm selling them.
Oh, you're selling it.
Yeah, I got short when it was around just above, when it was just hovering around 106, 20, 30.
Wow.
Because I could just tell we were heading lower.
Abby, what did you do? Shorting Tesla.
Wow, Qs have lost yesterday's low.
I think what I'm going to do is, now that I missed the opportunity, I'm going to take, if everybody is okay with that, I'm going to take a reversal.
Well, NVIDIA's right at yesterday's low right now, so it could be a good place for it to at the very least bounce from. So I'm sold all my puts now, so I've got no positions.
Yeah, Tesla potentially long. Something is telling me that this is gonna bounce. So
I'll be back in a sec.
I was calling you at 6:42 in the morning. So really bounce back from that level, huh? That's 314.84. I should have actually got that. Today is the test of patience, guys, for me. That I'm a very impatient person. AVGO. Yeah. Daily chart. And AVGO is in day level is 135.85. No, nothing. No opening range breakouts on anything for me. I mean, I tried to go long NVIDIA, but that was not a good idea, and it was not part of my trade book. Today is a test of patience for sure for me. Like that was turned out to be a really nice bounce on NVIDIA. If it goes up, the VWAP 107 might be good long. It's at a very interesting level. 136 is definitely a level. Patience, guys. Patience is gonna come. It's gonna come. Apple is strong. Yeah, I was hitting the scanner too. Apple was is leading the charge, huh? 224. Was very nice. Tesla is doing some sort of a double bottom. I like more NVIDIA for a reversal if it gives us another AMD one. AMD S4 could be also. What did you do? Nice short on Tesla. Very nice. E short, nice. I like that. Setting up more. Tesla reversal at 222-ish area down there. S4 is at 221. It's LW. Yeah, there's no volume and order flow. Look at the time and sales. Tom, what did you trade? Short on, that's AVGO, very nice. Yeah, AVGO turned out to be a very nice short. We like shorts on days that is weak. PDD. NVIDIA. Anybody, guys? I think I don't know. And Brian, microphone kind of, I think he's doing something wrong with his microphone. Accuser popping up. NVIDIA, if it comes above the VWAP 106.80, I might actually go long on it. Not yet. Looks like SPY is holding, accuser holding. He's coming up. Yeah, kind of slowly liking the setup on the AMD. Slowly coming back. Frame is seeing a scan. Let's see what that frame is doing. Yeah, I have an look on NVIDIA for long. If it can get the VWAP, and then we can get the breakout. I mean, the scenario that I'm looking for, if it happens, which is likely, is come to the VWAP, then we take it long at 106.80, and then for the previous day close, and then for the break of high of the day. But that requires a little bit of luck, I think. Let's see. The AMD is doing exactly the same thing that it's doing. I'm hoping. For Tesla, reversal would be nice. But I don't want to go short now. I don't want to go long now here. If it drops a little bit more, maybe at S4, which is 221.48, that would be nice. Map is yeah, so Tesla is doing exactly what I was hoping. Let's go and see if we can get to S4. I might buy a Tesla at S4. Back, what is happening to you, Brian? I'm a little concerned,
No,
honestly.
I was talking to my buddy in Edmonton about your insurance, and I've lost him.
Believe you for a second. There's something shady going on in Brian's house. I swear. All right, so Tesla is coming down. That's what we like. Come on, Tesla. S4, I'm going to take a reversal. Guys, yeah, I know my Lamborghini. I bought a Lamborghini with no. I don't know what to do with it. In YouTube, people are talking about that. It's everybody helps. The whole community helps to get my Lamborghini insured. Welcome. Yeah, we can drive it. You can drive it if you come next year, Vancouver Summit, TED Talk, TED conference and the summit that we have. For sure. You can drive it too. Yeah, hell yeah. Must find the insurance for it.
All right.
Yeah, I know you can drive it. The problem is actually it's not a fun drive at all. The Euros ones, I think the suspensions that they're using is very stiff. I didn't enjoy driving it.
Can't you adjust it? I thought there was adjustable there. You can they're adjustable. You can have different. You must be able to select different types of rides.
Yeah, if you want to. Oh no, I mean I talk about the suspension. It's not soft like BMW or Mercedes. I think the type of suspension that they use.
But I can adjust my suspension with a button in my car.
Oh really?
Depending on the kind of ride I want. Yeah, depending on the kind of ride I want.
Oh. I drove it only once in Dubai, and let me tell you a story, man. That was such a bad idea. Like we paid $1,000. It was me and my friend. $1,000 for the drive. I paid $4,000 in tickets. Like they have cameras everywhere. Like fuck, man. Like, the speeding tickets. That was a very costly drive. Yeah, you can't mess around in Dubai. Everywhere there are cameras. So I thought, oh, it's $1,000. Fine, let's do it. And then we drove it from Dubai to Ras Al Khaimah, and then they charge us also for extra kilometer. Like I think I paid for 1,000, like their maximum 250 kilometer. We drove like 500 kilometer. Yeah. This is what I found, that if you want to get into these kind of brands, you gotta close your eye and give your credit card. I'm not really yet there. Like I'm still in the mindset of nickel and dime and see where we can do it. But now I'm slowly learning that when you come into these brands, you gotta open up. it's a different story with these brands. Like
another quick scalp short on Nvidia, getting long some puts again.
So Excel is down another 7%, huh? The semis are getting destroyed.
$104 now, looking at $104 maybe on Nvidia.
Yeah, that's good. That could be a good support. S4 is at 103.47. Yeah, Taiwan Semiconductor TSM is also doing some stuff.
And just going to sell some puts. Sell some of the puts I own right now, so I'm not going long. I'm covering a short essentially. So I don't know why I'm trading puts this morning with Nvidia. I could be just shorting it, but much more capital efficient. If you're fairly confident in the direction the stock's going, then options give you much better return for your investment. Right now, I'm just looking at level 2. We've got orders at 104, 103, all the whole numbers. We might actually end up going to 100 today on Nvidia. The way things are going here.
NVIDIA 200. Don't say that, Brian. I have SO Excel. Come on. Was holding the charge for us. Yeah, it looks like everything is finding a bottom.
Yeah, it could be.
Even IWM is green. Like, what else do you want?
Yeah, IWM. The Dow is green.
Dow is still green. Yeah.
Yeah. Dow is very green, actually. Well, not very. It's up about 0.4%. So the yields were dropped again today. It's kind of interesting.
The VCLT is at down a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, although TLT is interesting. TLT is down a bit. I thought the bonds, all the bonds, the 2-year and the 10-year have, as far as of this morning, the 2-year uninverted. So in other words, the 2-year interest rate is lower than the 10-year interest rate. At least it was this morning, which is sort of a more normalized yield curve, but it hasn't been that way for probably 2 years now. We've had an inverted yield curve, which is not normal. Usually, the further out in time you go, you get better yield. You get more yield for your money. But as I say, the yield curve has been inverted, so the shorter time frames have been getting a better yield than the longer ones. So anyway, that was that went back to normal this morning. So not sure if it's still that way. So we can actually look quickly.
So should we celebrate for flattening the curve?
That means, I don't know. It's something. Yeah, it's funny actually. Okay, so yields have flipped a little bit here. The 10-year's up 3.75. The 2-year's 3.75. So it's essentially flat right now. It was back to uninverted this morning. So anyway, it is getting back to sort of more normal, which of course
I think it was tired. It was tired like this. Then now it's going to come back the curves.
Yeah,
I think one of the things is that in the curve is when it's inverted, it means that recession. Means that people are really expecting
it can be
a quick drop. Yeah.
It can be, yes.
All right. So
okay, so here we go with NVIDIA again.
104 is a little bit too early. S4, 103.30. I'm going to buy NVIDIA. Tesla, I'm going to buy at S42 Tesla, which is...
Okay, I'm going to sell more of my puts that I'm long. Again, this is a short trade, not a long trade. Still got still got some orders here. Wow, Qs are really still selling off here. The Dow's still hanging on to green.
So S4, somebody's asking what is S4 and R4? These are pivot points that you can actually put it on your chart, depending on which platform you're using. Automatically puts that. The most important ones are S4, S3, R3, and R4. I actually remove 1 and 2 in there. And they're essentially some sort of a calculation, statistical calculations from the previous day highs and lows and stuff. So they tend to, the pivot traders like Thor, they tend to make decisions based on that. I don't think they're really that 100% something that you can swear on them, but sometimes if you don't have any level, it could be good on that. But Thor knows a lot about that. There are some really good books about that as well. The pivot points are same in all time frame, 1 minute and 5 minutes, they're one number. They're not like moving averages that the values are different, because the calculations is based on the daily charts and high and lows of the daily chart. So in all time frame is the same number. It's different from VWAP or moving time are different. The values are different in different time frames. And yeah, Thor has a great book on that, on how to trade that. They're really good for the days that are choppy, like today. The market is range bound, and then you can trade them in the range bound. Essentially, when you are trading, you have to look at this way, that our market is either in the range bound or in directional. Especially swing traders, they have to look at it. You are in the range bound market, like RSI, the things that they're, this shows this range bound are useful. But if you're in the directional market, then those ones RSIs don't work. You have to look at the like ADX, which is like a directional indicator.
Let's see what NVIDIA does here. I'm not still kind of in a downtrend for sure.
Yeah, all the platform has it. And just use the default setting that they have. Don't mess around with it. Just use the default. Most of the indicators, guys, just use it as a default setting.
Well, we're still in a downtrend on the Qs and the SPY. So as far as I like to use the 2-minute chart, the 9 EMA and the 20, and if we're trading below the 9 EMA, we are in a downtrend. It looks like NVIDIA is trying to find some buyers here. We still have orders to the downside, and there is not a lot of orders to the upside.
Jared is looking at NVIDIA reversal, huh? I think NVIDIA is really done setting off. It doesn't look that it wants to go much lower. So I have an eye on it for sure for reversal. I just don't want to do the reversal out of thin air. S4 is usually a good level.
It did almost get there. It wicked off of that S4 almost got down to it. What was the low? The low on that was 103.60, and S4 was 103.33. So it got about 30 cents from it.
So NVIDIA, as Jared said, is bouncing back slowly.
Yeah, we're at the 9 EMA right now on that.
Pretty happy with my patience today. Honored by my patience today.
Have you taken a trade yet?
I just took that NVIDIA, which I knew was a bad trade, and I got it stopped out. So sitting at about $4,000 loss, which is very, very tolerable. Getting the insurance. Oh, what happened with the insurance? You don't have to tell me details. Good luck or bad luck? How's the situation on that?
I don't know. He hasn't answered me yet.
Doesn't seem good, huh?
He said he would. Yeah, it looks like
EGO is interesting. Let's see.
I just don't like NVIDIA because there's still no orders showing up to the upside. Just orders to the downside. But that doesn't mean it won't go up.
Yeah, market is super quiet. At least for the style of trading that I have, SMAR.
Yeah, you see the Qs tested the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart and immediately dropped again. So we are still in a downtrend. Qs or the SPY is testing yesterday's low right now. Wow, AMD is really getting slammed too. It's below S4. NVIDIA might be trying to crawl out of the hole here.
Yeah, most of my trades are long. I'm recognizing these long directions are better. That doesn't mean that, you could easily short NVIDIA. The problem with NVIDIA shorting it was right at the previous day close. Like it was kind of like a flat day. It can become choppy so if it's not gapping up or gapping down.
It's moving up. We're through the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart. Next test will be 20. Hey, we're back trying to break through here on the Qs. Maybe it does kind of look like we're bottoming here. Still concerning. Tesla has more orders to the downside still. 223, 222, 220. Excuse me.
Coming back in 2 seconds.
Definitely trying to find a bottom here. I don't know if that's it's going to happen, but yeah, Tesla looks like it's got another leg lower here, actually. Qs are bouncing though. Again, the Qs are trying to hold on here. Yeah, there you go. That's it. I'm just short Tesla. I could just tell it was rolling over here. There's some orders downside. Qs have dropped. Going to cover some here. There's a big order at 220 now. Covering some more at 222.
All right, Brian. So you got the short.
See that Tesla? See that Tesla drop? If you look at Bookmap, you can see what was happening here. There's your high. There's a bounce off level 2 order, and then it makes a lower high, and then you can kind of see it leaking here. Lower high again, and then lower high, and then you just knew it was going to dig into these two areas. And I'm looking at 220 right now for the final move here. Not sure if we're going to get there.
Yeah, I think if NVIDIA comes above the VWAP, it's going to be a really good long, but I honestly don't think it's going to happen. Market has no steam today.
Market's really weak. Anyone catch that Tesla short? That was really nice setup. Nice guys. A whole bunch of people in our room caught it. So all the people on YouTube, you may or may not have caught that. Because you're on a 15 or second delay or so, but. I did flag it as a short just as we were starting to break down just above 223 there.
Brian, a few people did actually in chat. A
lot
of people
good.
Are saying yes. So I think that deserves some likes.
Awesome. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I like that. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, we're making money for people. Come on.
I haven't taken any trade except that trade on the NVIDIA. I don't know. How do I pay for the Lambo? That is so expensive, man.
How do you pay for the insurance?
That was a bad
I think
idea. I
the
paid
issue,
$10,000 deposit.
the issue with these supercars is like, it's if you, it's what do they say? If you have to ask how much it costs, you can't afford it because it's kind of like owning a horse. You buy the horse and then the real payment starts.
I know that is.
Never buy anything that eats. That goes to the old theory. Goes to the old theory. Never buy anything that eats or floats, unless you don't care about your money. It's not a good investment.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm already regret doing that. Fuck you want
I don't know.
I travel the world. I don't know why I need Lambo for. Ego boost.
Why? Yeah. Why does anyone need anything other than a roof over their head and food?
That philosophy, actually. Why do we do that? I don't need to climb. I'm already regretting the climbing too. I have so much work to do. I have a court hearing in October 23rd and then discovery in October 13th, and I'm in the mountains. No internet. I might lose everything. Like my lawyer says, "Hey, you lost everything. I'm sorry," and I'm in no access to internet.
I'll be here. I can represent you.
I don't want you to represent me. No. Hey guys, if I die in the mountains, write on my Wikipedia that he was a good man. He partied hard, he played hard, he bought a Lambo, but he didn't get to drive it until the admins take it down. Like administrators, like 1 or 2 days could be up there. He partied hard, he bought a Lambo, but he didn't get to drive it.
There you
go. That would be a very shame. He couldn't find the insurance for it.
Yeah, you have to just keep it parked in the garage.
I already regret doing that decision. Fuck, what actually bought Lambo for? What about you YouTube guys? Are you gonna sign up for $1, or you need more than that? I bought a Lambo without insurance. What else do you want? Come on, pay up $1. I gotta pay for the insurance. Please, somebody sign up.
You should. You need to start a GoFundMe page.
Pay for insurance. I can afford the Lambo, but not the insurance.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get back in. Let's find something now. Stop.
It seems like we're reversing here. I just got some Tesla calls. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Only a few though, because it's kind of late to the party on this, so I'm kind of worried about this one. And it's right at the 9 EMA again, so this is not a good trade from a setup perspective. I think I'm going to get out of this because I don't like what I've done here. I'm going to get out of it. do not like. I should have. If I'd have been in a lot earlier, I could have would have felt better about this. But definitely chasing that one. Anyway, it looks like we're done going down for the time being. That doesn't, and we're again trying to get through the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart on the Qs. We've failed a number of times before, so see if see if we can do it this time. NVIDIA is definitely trying to hold here. Again, the only thing I don't like about
sorry, bro.
Yeah, I was just going to say I just don't like the fact that there's no orders to the upside on NVIDIA. There's nobody. There's no big institutions putting up orders to the upside, which means they're not really expecting it to go there. So, and there's still some orders stacked to the downside. So that's where people are still thinking it's going 104, 103, 102, yada, yada. I would say I'm still bearish on this.
Is it 1020? Well, look at that. What a disgusting day.
And you haven't traded. Or you did take one trade. Diddly doodly. The Dow has gone red. So it's just a disgustingly red day overall.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, look, I told you NVIDIA was still having challenges. Actually, NVIDIA did what we call the 920 trade, which is based on a 2-minute chart, 9 and 20 EMA. So it did break through the 9, came up to the 20 and rejected there. So that's 920 trade. Still orders to the downside, although they're lightening up. Actually, are they? No, not really. Definitely, there's definitely a buyer. There's definitely a buyer in NVIDIA right around that 104.50 level. There's somebody buying it there. There's some institution.
Yeah.
John, did you see what John posted?
Oh man, yeah. Man in pirate shoes. Ponders the necessity of insurance for exotic supercars.
Put that up on Twitter. Thor likes it too. It's better than. Remember, you used to talk about getting a cardboard Lambo.
It's the same thing. I can't drive it. It's a very expensive cardboard Lambo. Oh man. Like the insurance company says, no, we don't insure this shit. Isn't it you're supposed to?
Did you try like Lloyd's, like one of the really big insurance companies?
No, I gotta start calling today, and the TD, like everybody in Alberta gets from TD. TD, like, is the biggest company in the world. They said, no, it's too expensive. Like, charge me more. No.
Yeah. See, here we go. I kind of feel like we're going to drop again. Look at that. The Q's just rolled over again. Couldn't get above the 90 MA and the 2-minute chart. Couldn't stay above there. We are still in a downtrend. We are still selling.
Close the fucking market. Don't dump us.
Tesla's back at low of day. AMD's at low of day, or back at low of day. Yeah, there's still sellers just waiting. This is going to be God. Monday could be pretty ugly if we really go out.
Monday is going to be pretty ugly. I told you that September. News said that yesterday. Like, wake me up in October.
Yeah.
Really wake me up in October. Like, it's good that I'm actually going tomorrow into the mountains. Like in Tibet, it's also the Zen.
Yeah.
Just for just relax.
Get the hell out of Dodge. Yeah, good to disconnect. So, remind us what mountain are you going to conquer this time?
Cho'oyo is the 6th highest peak. Cho'oyo. I'm going to actually show it to you. So since we're not trading anything better than jokes, Cho'oyo is the 6th highest peak in the world. And it's actually up to dead zone, like 28,000 feet. So you have to use oxygen. So I love that. I love to go into the dead zone. And since nobody climbs Everest and K2 and Lhotse in that time, I might be the highest person in the world again. Because the season for those climbs are over. So I might be the highest person. Does anyone have any message to send to the universe up there, to God or something? I can do it for you. Because I'm the highest person in the world. Anyone on YouTube, guys, do you have any message for God? I would be the closest person.
I liked your Alaska Denali trip. Yeah, talk about perseverance. Man, it just you just stayed there and just kept waiting for somebody to go up as a group. That was one trip that I was really impressed with, and then the other one was was your run across the desert when you ran out of food.
I know. Well, guys, thank you so much. Man, that was in 2022. In the last few days, like eating stuff from the floor and getting things from. I thought that was following my journey.
You should write a book about all these trips you've been on.
Yeah, maybe I do one day. Well, I promised a book on trade book to Crede. She's so angry at me. I haven't, I'm just procrastinating. So she's so pissed off at me. No, I have to finish that one. Maybe I do that one too. But I'm a very big procrastinator. I have ADHD and stuff. I can't finish things. But thanks to following my journey. Really, I like that. Like everybody else, I do count likes and comments in my journey. Like I look at this, and I love that. I love that people are following my journey. It really means a lot.
Man, yeah, you should write a book, Adventures of a Day Trader. You could talk about all your different things that you've done.
I have to add more like a spiritual theme to that. I think about it
True.
because people don't want to read the trip reports. Oh, I went there, base camp, I climbed. You got to do something.
Yeah.
I have to think about how each of them changed me in life.
Yeah.
Then that could be a good story. So yeah, I'm going to Cho'oyo. And if I finish it by on time, but the plan was if I finish it on time, because I'm already climatized to high altitude, fly to Nepal and climb Amadablam. Amadablam is one of the most beautiful mountains in the world. Like it's this one in Nepal. It's actually pretty difficult to climb. This one is it's about 7,000. It's like 25,000 feet. You don't use oxygen for this one, but you need to be climatized. So I was thinking of flying to Kathmandu to the base camp. This one is on Nepal side, and to Namche Bazaar, and then quickly do that in a week. But I might not do that for two reasons. First is I'm broke. Like with this situation. Plus, money is an issue with this Lamborghini. I gotta travel less. Economy, man. Between two fat man down, it's like economy. Yeah. And another one is I need to come back and figure out this Lambo situation because I have only today. I may or may not do that, depending on this one. That's the last minute. So yeah, this is my plan for trips. So Amadablam and Cho'oyo, which is.
Hey, what's going on, boss?
Hey, boss.
Hey,
what
boss.
Are you doing?
Good, man. I was thinking while you're way up there, maybe you just ask the GOD about Lambo insurance. I mean, since you'll be all the way up there, just come on.
He doesn't cover as well.
Just need a little Lambo insurance.
Like the prayers, like. Oh man.
Yeah, you gotta go with Lloyd's or Lloyd's of London or something like that. They probably will insure it for you. They'll insure anything for a price.
It's tough problems to have, but it's. I guess we gotta do it.
It's such an unnecessary problem. Like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, this is so unnecessary. Like,
I think the Lambo insurance in Florida is really low, and I have a garage, so I'm just saying, if you just want to keep it somewhere,
I'm very open to the idea.
You can keep it parked in my garage. May or may not drive it around a couple. Just saying. I mean, but I bet the insurance wouldn't be as bad as up there.
I'm very open to the idea, actually. Very, very.
No snow down here. No salt to ruin the underneath of the chassis.
I had to buy a $10,000 winter tire. Like, they don't tell you. Like, it was a surprise. Yeah. And then I realized
get the tires with the little nubs on them. Yeah,
so
don't need that down here.
I paid $2,000 winter tire. I'm already regretting. I'm telling you, dude, it's such a bad decision. You have no idea. I bought $10,000 winter tires.
Or just move to Florida. I mean, that would even be easier. No state tax down here. I mean, sun.
He wants to move to Dubai.
Beaches.
Sure, you just keep it off the beach. Keep it off the beach, Thor.
No, you know what the problem is? I'm telling you what the problem with Dubai and Florida is. This is the problem. There's so much money in Dubai and Florida that I feel like nobody. In Vancouver, I feel like I own the city. Like, I'm Andrew Aziz in Vancouver, like, especially with my Lambo. Like, but over there is just mad. Your Lambo is nothing.
And no, I know what you mean. Like, I live in a nice spot, and I go and I drive around. I'm like, what do all these people do for work? Like, look at these houses. Like, I do pretty good doing this whole trading thing. And it's like, I can't afford with it. Like, I feel like, you're small fish here. That's why I like living in the country, because I can, I just look really cool out here, in the middle of nowhere.
I know.
Big fish in a small city.
Yeah, Dubai, all the Russian money and all over there is parked over there. And, I feel like nobody. Then happiness is really relative. Like, you're going to compare it to yourself. Like, anyways, but it's... No, I eventually moved to Dubai. My ex-wife has a court order that I don't do anything. Like, no new bank account, no move of assets, anything.
You're a flight risk.
I know, seriously.
She's just gone.
I don't understand what she wants. If you're listening to, what do you want? She doesn't respond to her emails, so it's not settlements, and it drives me crazy. She filed a court order there in September 23rd. She wants another $160,000 to continue suing me. Like, I already paid her $80,000, and now she to sue me, start suing me, and then another $160,000 to continue suing me.
Man, that's quite the setup there. I like that. You can. I'm going to remember that if I ever have to do that. You can sue the person so that you can sue the person. That's really cool.
Yeah, you can. If you say that there is a chance that I can win, they can actually get some advance to continue suing you. Like,
yeah, I need your money so that I can get your money, please.
That's crazy. Because nothing makes sense here. But I guess that's life. Like,
yeah, man.
Thor,
you're gonna have a nice Lamborghini lawn ornament, and that is really awesome. You can leave it parked. You won't be able to drive it because no insurance, but you will be able to park it there. We can take pictures on it, and BBT. So at least we got that going for us, right?
I think the way that my life goes on, guys, I need a shelter too. Do you have a basement or something? Like, I think I'm rich. I'm actually not rich at all. The trial is going to cost me $400,000, so it's already I have to put $400,000 for the trial. I don't know how much I have to pay. Probably 3-4 million I have to pay for my ex. I have a Lambo, which is a pure liability. I might actually need a shelter. I might actually really start looking for a 1-bedroom apartment.
Just saying, Florida. I have a loft up here. You could have it. Hang out here for. You could just take over this right here. You could hang out right here for a little bit. Bring your Lambo down. Just saying,
dude. I can't. Like, how do you treat
just
me?
while you get on your feet?
Like, it's 7 years that I'm the boss for myself. Like, everybody's doing things. Fuck, man. If I go back to 0, oh man, shit.
You still be the boss even at 0. We love you for you, not for your money. So that doesn't matter. We loved you when you were making $200 a day. I was here.
But the good thing is I'm actually being audited by CRA, Canada Revenue Agency. And if the auditor approves it, I'm actually get $1 million tax return because we did some mistakes in our tax. So he's auditing me, and it's been going on for 6 months now. So he was away on vacation. He asked for his away, called me yesterday, and I said, well, happy vacation. He said, no, I wasn't vacation. My mother passed away. I said, oh, I'm really sorry. I hope she's good. But where's my $1 million? Approve it.
I've got needs right now.
Yeah, I need it. If he approves the audit, so he's doing 3 years of audit, all the documents and everything, it took a lot of energy and time from me. But if he approves it, it's $1 million, like really party in Lambo.
That's right. What'd you do with your $1 million audit money? Paid off that Lambo. That's what I did with it.
I don't know. Yeah, I buy 1 Lambo for you, Florida.
Or at least got insurance.
Or buy the insurance for it.
It's like $1 million rider for the insurance. 500 for the X, the rest for the insurance.
Guys, I'm sorry, guys. This community is going down. I know. If you cancel your membership, you are absolutely right. No, let's get back to the character. Seriously, let's get a reversal on NVIDIA. I'm actually.
So for the record, I'm doing great today, and I'm making awesome money because I shorted at the beginning of the day. So I'm just having a great day. So NVIDIA's order book, by the way, has been bearish.
I'm taking I'm taking a big reversal on NVIDIA. I'm a man of my word. Here you go. I'm taking it live in front of everybody. Fuck it. If I lost everything. So
the order book just flipped some orders to the top side, so someone else bought with you.
That was me. That was my big position.
Yeah, it's one heck of a hotkey. I need that hotkey. Look at that thing go.
Let's
see if this thing pops back to PDC. Look for a move back to 104.50.
PDC? NVIDIA?
Or sorry, what is that? Pre-market low, I mean. Sorry, I was too far out.
Oh, yeah.
That would be nice. I wish PDC. Where is that?
If it goes to PDC.
Actually, that wouldn't be bad. That's only 107.
PDT was 107.
It's doable.
And I can pay for the insurance.
You start holding trades as long as I do with your buying power. You'd buy a Lambo a day.
No, it's the mentality, though.
Oh, I know. I tell people I can do it because of my account size. If I was doing it's no way.
I just never had to deal with this kind of cost, and I have to digest it. Like the first time that I went to Lamborghini, they told me, "Get the hell out of here! Like this is not your brand." Like they didn't say directly, but they said that to me that, we actually walk a lot of people from this brand, and introduce them to the other brands. That's what they were saying to me. That, dude, shut the fuck up. You got to pay the price. That's the price of a Lamborghini. And then I realized that they did some meditation. I saw that they meant me. Like, this is the price of the Lamborghini. You gotta come and do this. Don't nickel and dime and give me the thousand free and stuff. And it comes with an ethic, with the matter. Like,
it's a real lifestyle vehicle, because of that. I think it's you gotta earn it. You can't just finance. You gotta almost like lifestyle earn it. That's pretty cool though. I kind of like that. Kind of makes it more niche that way.
Yeah. So I'm digesting the pain, like the process of how to actually pay for that.
I own a Jeep. I mean, that's the level I'm at. I'm just.
Well, the reason they can charge so much is they create an era of scarcity.
Yeah, exactly. A little supply and demand built in.
Exactly. So people want to own something that's rare. Still think there's more downside on NVIDIA. Honestly, I'm not betting on it, but I still see some orders here at 102, 101, and 100.
Ah, shit. Yeah, I'm getting out of it, guys. I got to stop that on it. Hey, guys. One announcement. For people who sign up for Colombia, today at 7 p.m. Eastern time, we're gonna have a meeting, very important meeting. We want to talk about some of the important logistics for booking flights and stuff. So 7 p.m. Eastern time. If you can't make it, I'm going to send you the recording. But the most important one is about the hotel's rooms and the flights.
Cool. I'll be FOMOing or ROMOing. One of those. ROMOing.
Oh, we're going to have so much fun. You are missing out. We're going to have so much fun.
I'm so upset you don't understand.
Yeah. Dude, you travel. Yeah,
give me a few years, kids will be grown. I'll be able to go away for that far away for that kind of time. I'll make it happen. Well, don't worry. We'll still be doing this in like 5-10 years. We'll just have to do it
then. Yes, sir.
I can't get away from those kiddos yet. Not like that, unfortunately.
Close the market. Close the fucking market.
I should just still be holding this. I hit my target, so I went out, and the dang thing's still selling. Today it was a lower range in the NQ today, so we were kind of looking for a pullback to around, So for those of you like QQQs, we were looking for a pullback to this 461 to 462 area, and we found volume right at the open there. So we just went straight short, and we've been selling ever since. But the order book has been really bearish. On tickers like NVIDIA and stuff. And I think that's due to the rotation out of the Mag 7, which is, Tesla and NVIDIA and a couple of other those. They make up a lot of the market cap, and they're all selling right now. So not Tesla's.
Yeah.
Ripping down. NVIDIA looks like it wants 100, Brian.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I still think we have more downside on NVIDIA.
The only thing NVIDIA's got going on right now, which I support with Andrew looking at a potential long here, is NVIDIA's about run its ATR already. It normally only runs about $6.5 to $7 a day. And it's already went from 61 all the way to 51. So, I mean, this thing's already run like $10 today. So I can see why you'd be thinking it's about time for this thing to bounce, because it is really blowing out its ATR right now. But I mean, it is selling like hotcakes right now. So I would look for a really big VPA for a reversal. Should be a really nice volume hit to show us that a buyer's stepping in.
Yeah, right now, again, I'm still showing a lot of orders to the downside. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go there, but
it's where they want to go.
There's definitely some people there at institutions there at $100, big time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean.
Right, so I am getting back on NVIDIA, guys. 18282.
Wow. Tesla's really getting destroyed here too.
I'm getting back on NVIDIA.
They held 102.50 pretty well a couple of times, and there's still more buying there. So it seems like we're exhausting our sellers a bit. So this might be that time. ATR's extended. Might be that time.
Yeah. Could be this is the time. This is the place.
Why Tesla is setting up like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just I think it's just like
right
everybody's selling everything.
It was such a good cam day today.
Just sell. Push the sell button. Don't think about it. It's everybody was talking about September, bad month for the market, blah blah blah. It's almost like becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Everybody's saying, "Oh, September is going to be bad. It's going to be terrible." And everybody starts selling, and then other people thought, "Oh God, maybe they were right. September is going to be bad. I should sell too."
Well, you got to think too, Brian, right? We have like our futures are going to witch, right? We're expiring on our futures in like a week and a half. So of course you're going to want to sell down, because when we go in and start buying into the new contract, it'll allow us to buy lower, so it's kind of advantageous for that as well. So this kind of all fits the, the whole scheme, if you will, if you think about how this whole market works. Yeah, it fits the narrative. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah,
exactly.
For sure. Yeah. I haven't been watching. What's UVXY doing? Oh, UVXY is up again.
As I'm getting out of this NVIDIA, there is I don't see much of the light at the end of this tunnel.
There's no.
NVIDIA just cleared that low buyer. This will be interesting to see what happens now. Is there more to buy there, or is that it?
Okay, getting a bounce.
Oh, they're dumping on. Masters, they're selling. What's the SPY daily chart look like? Selling.
Am I sharing a room with you in Colombia?
If you want to, yeah.
I mean, you know that Brian doesn't wear clothes when he sleeps, so you know that. So
Andrew already knows. Andrew already knows that. We've shared rooms before.
I have no problem with that.
There's long ago, the good old days.
The good old days. I love that story. When I heard that whole story, I was like, it's so amazing how just kind of interacting and running into random people in your life, like me meeting Andrew and reading his book, and how that moved me into this whole trading career that I have. You never know if you're just open to people who you're randomly going to bump into that could literally change your life. I mean, that's so wild, that whole story.
True.
That is true. But in which direction? In good way or bad way? That's something.
Well, that's a solid point, right? I guess that depends on that, doesn't it? Can always randomly go. So don't meet anybody, is what you're saying. I'm not terrified.
All right, I'm going to get back in this NVIDIA, guys. I
like your style.
I'm long NVIDIA. I'm just long. I'm long a couple of calls. See if we can.
Yeah, so we cleared that 102.50 buyer. Once they came off, we started lifting. So we've had some really nice buying coming in there on NVIDIA as we've lifted off. So
come on,
let's see what happens.
Oh
yeah.
I'm still not keen on this level 2 chart, but
bloodbath. What a bloodbath.
What a bloodbath. So,
good day
just
for
wanted...
bonds.
Sorry, boss.
TLT is running up like a boss. It's a good day for bonds.
Yeah.
Look at this move on TLT. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, it's the yields are dropping hard on the 10-year or the 20-year because those are long-term bonds on the
Something
TLT.
is fishy in the market.
NVIDIA, we have an order coming out at $104. So somebody bought, and it looks like they're putting sell targets out right near the it'd be like the 50 SMA on your 1 minute chart.
All right, guys. So I gotta go. Today is my last day. I gotta go figure out so many things. I have
Mostly
to go
insurance.
patch. I have to go find an insurance. I have to do a lot of things. So thank you so much. I'm holding this NVIDIA. Let's see what's gonna happen. I might actually put a stop loss in it. I'm back long on NVIDIA at 103. I might put a stop loss in there.
Put like a range order on it and let it go all the way to like 107.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice. I'd buy everybody a Lambo if it goes to 107. Everybody's getting a Lambo of your choice.
You get a Lambo, and you get a Lambo.
You get a Lambo. Everybody gets a Lambo.
Yeah. What about you? Wait, do you want? You got one? You want one? Yeah, everybody. All right, guys. YouTube guys, thank you so much. Thanks for being supporting me and my journey of insuring a Lamborghini. Sorry, today wasn't really that useful for everybody, but the good
but
news
you like
is
it anyway.
I mean, I'm having a lot of fun, but are we actually adding value to people or no? That's the question. But the good news is I'm gone for at least 2 weeks trading. So you're in, Jared is coming very serious education and stuff. So. And if I die, guys, it was a good run. Honestly, I had a good run. Really, I cannot I had everything.
Can you will me the Lambo, just before you leave?
Yeah, I can, but you have to fight with my ex-wife because she's gonna sue the state. So you're gonna.
I mean, I won't be able to get insurance, but
yeah. So whoever wants my money,
I think that
you have to deal with.
I think that'd be
all right. So thank you guys, and all the best. Ciao.
Love you, boss. Be safe.